This is Jacob Cole, and I'm with Wake Up Church, and this is an example of speaking in tongues with interpretation. Just as a beside, I did speak in tongues, or I had a friend of mine, Ron, spoke in tongues for about a minute, and I just knew what the words were, and it was praise to God, and so spoke out the words and gave the interpretation of the tongue. It happens different ways in different situations. I have one guy that's a chaplain, and he was in a prayer meeting, and a woman was glorifying God in Hebrew and Greek, and he was like, "Wow, that's really neat." And this, I've never really heard anybody do this before. Well, then he talked to the woman after the prayer session, and she's like, "I don't know Hebrew or Greek. I was just speaking in tongues." And so there's example after example where speaking in tongues is like encoding data that's encrypted, and then in having the translation, having the interpretation of tongues, when you have that gift and you use it, is like taking that encoded data, that encrypted data, and opening it back up, and it's prophecy. So tongues plus interpretation of tongues is prophecy, and prophecy is prophecy. So with that, I'm going to do it for like half a minute and see where we go. Kozarabantes and Mbeke, le rotas aramantu. Surambantes and Mbogonta Zaramende de rotos arabantes and Mbeke. Hotara le rotos aramantus and Mbeke, Humparantes and Mbeke le roto. Surambantes and Mbeke, Huntara le rotos aramantes and Mbeke, Huntara le rotos arapantu. Surumpa, Neke Huntara le rotos arapante. That is speaking in an unknown tongue. It is a language that someone understands, and the person that has the gift of interpretation of tongues is able to translate that into prophecy. Um, I'm already sitting down, so I'll stay seated. It says in 1 Corinthians 14:26 through 40, if someone speaks in tongues and there's no interpreter, have them sit back down. So I'm already sitting. Thank you. God bless.